Green Pill community, what is good? It's your boy Jay's Perspective. We are back. Took a day off, to get the mind right, get the body right. Been dropping a lot of shorts recently. We are up to 13, 18 in subscribers on the road to 5K, and we're gonna keep building this thing up. But I got before I even get into the main topic, I got about 7, 8 videos, full videos that I'm planning on dropping over the next couple of weeks. So we'll have that fresh, full content. But let's get into what we want to talk about today. Today's video is going to be called Came from the Bottom. And essentially just kind of sum things up. Everybody has those rough times to where, you fall down and you don't, circumstances aren't going correct. And you basically got to build yourself back up. You got to build yourself up to that success. And when you're in those situations, you have to do what you have to do, of course, within reason. As far as whether it be, picking up a second or third job, losing out on sleep, not doing things that you want to do, but you have to do. It just is what it is. But at the same time, what's important is, especially like, let's say if you're in a relationship, you want to be able to work together and not tear each other down, as opposed to being at each other's throats all the time and putting the blame all on one person. Like, it could be that person's fault or it could be a combination, but you have to, at the end of the day, if you rise together, you got to be able to fall together too, and then pick yourselves back up. It should not be being at each other's throats consistently, fighting each other. Because we all know at the end of the day, money is what makes everyone feel better. When you have the money in, then everything else feels a lot better at the end of the day. So, I've seen it play out. I've been through it myself. I'm going through it, just fell to rock bottom, working my way back up and working 7 days a week, last 2 months, just between both my jobs, getting very little sleep, which, like I said, as I always say, it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do to make sure that you and your family and your loved ones are taken care of and don't have anything to worry about, and keeping a roof over your head and, just providing what needs to be provided. And, everybody goes through their own stuff. Like, it's not just me. It's not just the individual here, individual there. Like, everybody goes through something at some point. That's the game of life. That's how stuff works. Like, if you're not going through anything substantial, great, but at the end of the day, it's not fantasy land. It's not a made up dream or anything of that nature. Like, you're gonna have a time to where things are just gonna kind of all fall into place in the wrong way. But at that point, that's when you find out who your true character is. You find out who's really there with you, who's there to rock with you, and who's gonna be around, who's really on your side. Like, it's success is not if it was achievable and easy, everybody would be successful. It takes mentality, it takes drive, it takes character, it takes you having to do what you don't want to do at the times they need to be done, despite how you feel. And to make sure that once you get to the top, like getting to the top, they say that's the easy part. It's staying and sustaining that success. That's the key. So, like, even when you rise up, that's what I tell myself, like, I'm working my way back into a good spot and into a groove. But once I get there, am I going to do what I did before, as far as making mistakes and basically putting myself back into a uncomfortable situation that I got to dig myself out of a deep hole? Or am I going to make sure that when I get to the top this second time around, that I'm going to sustain that and continue to shoot up? That's the main key right there. Once you get up there, it's like, don't lose your ways. Like, don't get complacent. Don't get too comfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable is a phrase that I've heard and that I will use and stick with and keep in my dictionary. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, because if you're too comfortable, that's when shit starts to plummet. That's when you start making mistakes. That's when you start having lapses in judgment. That's how you fall right back to rock bottom. And sometimes you'll never rise back up. You'll just stay in mediocrity. You'll stay within that little space and that realm blaming everybody else but yourself and not taking on any self responsibility, any self accountability. And that's just like that video that I made previously about self accountability. Like, you have to be able to look in the mirror and realize that whatever situation you're in, you had something to do with it. Even if we didn't have the entire thing to do with it, you had something to do with it. So, Green Pill community, as always, great to talk to you guys. I don't want to take up too much time of your day for you guys. I just want to get this video out here because I have been sitting on this for about a week. Like I said, I got about 7, 8 other videos I'm going to be dropping as well, along with the shorts, of course, on our way to 5K as far as the Green Pill community, 5K and beyond. Let's keep building this thing. This is Jay's Perspective. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'll be talking to you real soon. Be safe out there. Happy Thanksgiving in advance, and peace out.